Air fryers promise healthy, oil-free cooking, crispy food without the guilt. But for seniors, the dangers hiding inside that sleek appliance are terrifying. From toxic coatings releasing cancer-linked chemicals to electrical failures causing house fires, some brands are putting your life at risk. Today, we expose 9 air fryer brands you must avoid and reveal the 2 that are actually safe. Coming in at number 9, we have the Bella air fryer. Bella markets itself as an affordable, stylish kitchen companion. The advertisements show golden fries tumbling out, crispy chicken wings glistening under studio lights. They promise convenience. They promise health. They promise safety. But here is what Bella does not show you. Health Canada's Consumer Product Safety Database contains reports of Bella air fryers overheating without warning. Owners describe the unsettling smell of burning plastic filling their kitchens. One Ontario senior reported that her Bella unit began smoking during a routine cook cycle. She was heating up leftover vegetables. Nothing complicated, nothing greasy, just vegetables. The smoke detector went off. She opened the lid and found the heating element had warped. The plastic housing around the controls had started to soften and discolor. She unplugged the unit immediately. Had she stepped outside for 5 minutes? Had she been in another room watching television? That smoke could have become a fire. For seniors living alone, this is not a minor inconvenience. It is a life-threatening hazard. But there is more. The non-stick coating inside many Bella baskets uses materials that, when overheated, can release fumes. These fumes contain compounds that have been linked to respiratory irritation. For seniors with COPD, asthma, or weakened lungs, breathing in those invisible particles can trigger coughing fits, shortness of breath, and long-term damage. The betrayal is clear. Bella promises healthy cooking, but when the coating breaks down, you are not cooking healthy food. You are inhaling chemicals while your meal sits in a basket lined with degrading material. Consumer reviews across Canadian retail sites tell the same story. Units that worked perfectly for 3 months suddenly malfunction. Baskets that looked pristine develop flaking after a few dozen uses. And customer service? Multiple reviewers describe weeks of waiting for responses, only to be told their warranty claim was denied because of normal wear and tear. If you own a Bella air fryer, inspect the basket closely. Run your finger along the surface. If you feel any roughness, any peeling, any texture that was not there when you bought it, that coating is breaking down. And every time you heat that unit, you risk releasing those particles into your food and your air. We will reveal which brands actually passed safety testing later. But first, the dangers get worse. At number 8, we have the Dash air fryer. Dash built its brand on cute, compact designs, pastel colors, rounded edges. It looks like something you would see in a trendy apartment or a cooking show for beginners. The marketing targets people who want simple, fast meals without the fuss. But behind the Instagram-friendly appearance, serious problems lurk. Dash air fryers have been the subject of multiple complaints filed with consumer protection agencies. The most common issue? Electrical failures. Owners describe units that suddenly stop working mid-cook. No warning, no error message, just silence. You open the basket expecting crispy potatoes and find half-raw food sitting in cold air. For a young person, that is an annoyance. For a senior, it is a real problem. Imagine preparing dinner and relying on that appliance to cook your protein safely. You set the timer, walk away, come back expecting a fully cooked chicken breast. Instead, you find it barely warm. Undercooked poultry is one of the leading causes of foodborne illness in Canada. Salmonella, Campylobacter. For seniors with weakened immune systems, these infections can lead to hospitalization. According to the Public Health Agency of Canada, adults over 65 are 4 times more likely to be hospitalized from food poisoning than younger adults. 4 times. And that risk increases if you have underlying conditions like diabetes, kidney disease, or if you take medications that suppress immune function. Dash does not warn you about this. They show you perfectly cooked meals in their advertisements. What they do not show you is the moment when the heating element fails, and you bite into chicken that looks done, but is not. Multiple reports describe Dash units sparking near the power cord connection. One Manitoba senior noticed a burning smell coming from the outlet area. When she unplugged the unit, the prongs were hot to the touch. The plastic around the base had begun to deform from heat buildup. Electrical fires are the 3rd leading cause of house fires in Canada. Seniors are disproportionately affected because reaction times slow with age. A fire that a younger person might catch and extinguish quickly can spread before a senior can respond. Dash promises quick, easy, healthy cooking. But when the appliance fails silently or sparks without warning, that promise becomes a danger sitting on your countertop. Now at number 7, we have the Chefman air fryer. Chefman positions itself as a kitchen innovator. Their air fryers come loaded with features: digital displays, multiple cooking presets, rotisserie attachments. It looks impressive. It sounds impressive. But impressions do not protect you from danger. Chefman air fryers have been recalled in North America. The recall affected hundreds of thousands of units. The reason? Fire and burn hazards. The wiring inside certain models was found to be defective. Units overheated during normal use. Some caught fire while sitting on countertops. Think about that for a moment. You purchase an appliance designed to cook food safely. You follow the instructions. You use it exactly as intended, and it catches fire anyway. Health Canada issued warnings. The recall notices were posted online. But here is the problem. Not everyone checks recall databases. Not everyone reads those tiny notices buried in the back pages of newspapers or hidden in obscure government websites. Seniors who purchased Chefman air fryers years ago may still be using them today. They may have no idea their appliance was ever recalled. And every time they press that start button, they are gambling with their safety. The betrayal runs deeper than faulty wiring. Chefman's nonstick baskets have received widespread criticism for peeling prematurely. Owners describe finding black flakes mixed into their food. Imagine biting into what you thought was a piece of crispy coating on your fish and realizing it is actually a chip of degraded nonstick material. These coatings often contain PTFE, the same compound used in Teflon. When PTFE degrades, especially at high temperatures, it can release perfluorooctanoic acid. Studies have linked this compound to kidney disease, thyroid disruption, and elevated cholesterol. For seniors already managing kidney function or taking thyroid medication, this is not abstract science. This is a direct threat to their health protocols. If you have a Chefman air fryer in your home, check the model number against the Health Canada recall list. If it matches, stop using it immediately. Most people never learn which brands actually passed rigorous safety testing, but we will reveal exactly that at the very end of the video. Stay with us. Moving to number 6, we have the GoWise USA air fryer. GoWise USA sells heavily through online marketplaces. Their air fryers show up in search results with thousands of reviews and attractive price points. For Canadian shoppers looking for a deal, GoWise seems like a reasonable choice. But reasonable pricing often hides unreasonable risks. GoWise air fryers have accumulated a troubling pattern of complaints. Electrical malfunctions top the list. Owners describe units that turn themselves on without input. Imagine waking up in the middle of the night to the smell of something burning. You stumble into the kitchen and find your air fryer running, heating an empty basket, even though you turned it off hours ago. This is not a ghost story. This is a documented issue reported by multiple consumers. For seniors, especially those who live alone, a malfunctioning appliance that activates on its own is terrifying. It undermines the most basic assumption of kitchen safety, that when you turn something off, it stays off. GoWise baskets have been criticized for hotspots, areas where the heat concentrates unevenly. This leads to food that is burnt on one side and undercooked on the other. For a senior preparing meals that need to be cooked thoroughly, uneven cooking creates genuine food safety risks. The company's response to complaints has been inconsistent at best. Some owners report helpful customer service. Others describe being ignored entirely, their emails unanswered, their warranty claims lost in a black hole. GoWise promises convenience and value. But when the appliance turns itself on at 2 in the morning or leaves your chicken half raw, that value evaporates. At number 5, we have the Cosori air fryer. Cosori is one of the best-selling air fryer brands in North America. Walk into any Canadian Tire or browse Amazon Canada, and you will see Cosori units prominently displayed. The reviews number in the tens of thousands. The marketing is polished. The brand feels trustworthy. But in 2023, Cosori issued a massive recall affecting nearly 2 million air fryers. 2 million units. The reason? Fire hazard. The wire connection in certain models could overheat, posing burn and fire risks. Health Canada published the recall notice. The affected models included some of Cosori's most popular units sold between 2019 and 2022. Here is what makes this especially concerning for seniors. Many people purchased Cosori air fryers during the pandemic. Stuck at home, looking for ways to cook healthier meals. They bought these appliances and used them regularly for years. By the time the recall was announced, Those units had been operating in Canadian kitchens for 3 or 4 years. Some owners never heard about the recall. Their appliances continued running. The wire connections continued degrading. And with every use, the fire risk increased. If you own a Cosori air fryer, purchased before 2022, check your model number immediately. The recall list is specific. Not every Cosori unit is affected. But if yours is, the company has offered replacements. Cosori's reputation took a hit after the recall, but the brand continues selling new units with reassurances that the issue has been fixed. Whether you trust those reassurances is your decision, but the history speaks for itself. If this information helps you stay safer at the store, hit subscribe. It is free and it means you will never miss these exposés. Now at number 4, we have the Ninja air fryer. Ninja is everywhere. Television commercials, magazine ads, influencer endorsements. The brand has built an empire on kitchen gadgets that promise to do everything. Their air fryers are among the most recognizable on the market, but recognition does not equal reliability. Ninja air fryers have faced complaints about premature non-stick coating failure. Owners report peeling and flaking within the first year of use, sometimes within months. The baskets that looked sleek and modern in the store develop rough patches. The coating lifts away from the metal beneath. Every time that happens, tiny particles can transfer to your food. For seniors, this matters. Those particles are not nutrition. They are industrial material. If your digestive system is already sensitive, if you are managing acid reflux, IBS, or recovering from surgery, introducing foreign particles creates unnecessary stress on your body. Ninja air fryers have also been criticized for confusing controls. The digital interfaces look impressive with their bright displays and multiple buttons. But owners, particularly older users, describe difficulty navigating the settings, accidentally selecting the wrong preset, overcooking food because the timer was not set correctly, undercooking because the temperature defaulted to something unexpected. In one reported case, a British Columbia senior set her Ninja to air fry fish. She thought she had selected the correct time and temperature, but the interface was confusing, and she accidentally set it too low. She served the fish to herself and her husband. Both experienced symptoms of food poisoning within 24 hours. This is not user error. This is poor design. An appliance marketed as easy and convenient should not require a learning curve that leads to unsafe cooking. Seniors deserve intuitive controls, not interfaces designed for tech-savvy millennials. The brand projects confidence and innovation, but confidence does not stop non-stick coatings from flaking into your salmon. Do not go yet. The 2 brands that actually pass safety testing are coming at the very end, and knowing them could change how you shop forever. Coming in at number 3, we have the Power XL air fryer. Power XL made its name through infomercials, late-night television spots promising crispy, delicious food with no oil, celebrity endorsements, money-back guarantees. The brand positioned itself as the affordable alternative to expensive kitchen equipment, but affordability came at a cost. Power XL air fryers have been linked to multiple complaints of electrical failures. Owners describe units that stop heating mid-cycle, units that trip circuit breakers, units that emit a high-pitched whine before shutting down completely. For seniors on fixed incomes, an appliance that fails after 6 months is not just disappointing, it is a financial loss. You cannot recoup the money. The warranty claims process is notoriously difficult, and you are left with a useless machine taking up counter space. Power XL's non-stick baskets have drawn criticism for rapid degradation. The coating that looks smooth and perfect out of the box begins showing wear after just a few weeks of regular use. Tiny scratches appear, then flaking, then patches where the metal shows through. Every time you cook in a basket with exposed metal, food sticks. You scrub harder. The damage spreads. And with every meal, you wonder how much of that coating ended up in your food instead of in the trash. Studies have shown that repeated exposure to degraded non-stick particles can accumulate in the body over time. For seniors whose organs are already working harder to filter toxins, this accumulation adds strain: the liver, the kidneys, the cardiovascular system. Power XL's marketing shows smiling families, enjoying golden fries and perfectly cooked steaks. What they do not show is the warranty claim nightmare when the unit fails, or the worry when you notice black specks in your dinner. At number 2, we have the Instant Vortex air fryer. Instant Pot became a phenomenon, the brand that made pressure cooking mainstream. When they launched the Instant Vortex air fryer line, expectations were high. Surely the company that revolutionized one kitchen appliance would deliver the same quality in another. Unfortunately, the Vortex has not lived up to its sibling's reputation. Consumer complaints about the instant Vortex focus on two main issues: inconsistent heating and premature component failure. The inconsistent heating manifests in unpredictable results. You set the temperature to 400 degrees. The display shows 400 degrees, but your food comes out unevenly cooked. The edges are burnt. The center is pale. You adjust the timing. You rearrange the basket. The results remain frustratingly inconsistent. For seniors trying to eat healthier by preparing meals at home, this inconsistency undermines the entire point. You cannot trust the appliance to deliver what you programmed. You end up hovering over it, checking constantly, opening the basket multiple times. Each time you open that basket, you release heat. The cooking time extends. The energy consumption increases. Reports of instant Vortex units failing within the first year have piled up across review platforms. Owners describe error codes appearing on the display with no clear explanation. They describe heating elements that stop working without warning. They describe customer service experiences that leave them feeling dismissed. One Alberta senior purchased an instant Vortex to help her prepare heart-healthy meals after her doctor recommended reducing fried food intake. The air fryer seemed perfect. Crispy texture without the oil. For 6 months, it worked beautifully. Then the heating element failed. She contacted customer service and was told the warranty had expired by 2 weeks. 2 weeks past warranty, after 6 months of light use. And she was left with a dead appliance and no recourse. The betrayal is not just about the product failing. It is about the promise the product made and broke. Instant branded the Vortex as a natural extension of the Instant Pot legacy. Same quality, same reliability, same trust. But the Vortex did not earn that trust. It borrowed it. And now, the most important entry on the list. Coming in at number 1, no-name and unbranded air fryers. Pay close attention. Walk through any discount store in Canada. Browse online marketplaces. You will find air fryers with no recognizable brand name. They might say Pro Chef or Home Master or some generic combination of words that sounds professional but means nothing. These are the most dangerous appliances you can put in your kitchen. Why? Because there is no accountability. When a major brand like Cosori or Ninja has a safety issue, regulators can trace the problem. Recalls can be issued. Consumers can be notified. The company has a reputation to protect, so they respond, even if imperfectly. But when a no-name air fryer catches fire or releases toxic fumes, good luck finding anyone responsible. The manufacturer might be an overseas factory that changes names every 6 months. The importer might be a shell company that disappears after 1 shipping container's worth of sales. There is no customer service number. There is no warranty worth the paper it is printed on. Health Canada cannot recall a product if they cannot identify who made it. Consumer protection agencies cannot help you if the seller no longer exists. And here's what makes this especially dangerous for seniors. These unbranded air fryers often cost half what name brand units cost. For someone on a fixed income, that price difference is appealing. You see an air fryer for $40 instead of $80 and think you are getting a deal. You are not getting a deal. You are getting a gamble. The components inside these unbranded units are often substandard. The wiring is thinner than it should be. The heating elements are less durable. The non-stick coatings use cheaper materials that degrade faster and potentially release more harmful compounds. In 2022, a Quebec senior purchased an unbranded air fryer from an online marketplace. The reviews seemed positive. The price was right. 3 weeks later, the unit caught fire during normal operation. The smoke spread quickly. She was able to extinguish it, but the damage to her kitchen cabinets cost thousands to repair. When she tried to contact the seller, the store page had been deleted. The manufacturer contact information led to a disconnected phone line. She had no recourse. This is not an isolated incident. This is a pattern. If you currently own an air fryer with no recognizable brand, no legitimate company website, and no clear recall history, consider the risk you are taking every time you use it. What is the worst air fryer experience you have ever had? Drop it in the comments below. The countdown is complete. Now, the part you have been waiting for. The first truly safe option is the Philips air fryer. Philips is not a budget brand. The price is higher than many competitors. But here is what that price buys you. Philips invented the modern air fryer. They hold the original patents. They have been refining the technology since 2010. When you buy a Philips air fryer, you are buying from a company that built its reputation on this exact product. Health Canada's consumer safety database shows no major recalls for Philips air fryers. The non-stick coatings are manufactured to strict European standards. The electrical components are tested rigorously. The build quality is consistent. Multiple Canadian consumer testing organizations have rated Philips air fryers as top performers for even heating. Your food cooks uniformly, no burnt edges, with raw centers. No guessing whether the chicken is safe to eat. The controls are intuitive. Large buttons, clear displays, presets that make sense. For seniors who do not want to navigate complicated digital interfaces, Philips delivers simplicity without sacrificing capability. Is it the cheapest option? No. But when you consider that a cheaper air fryer might fail in 6 months, or worse, create a safety hazard, the Philips represents genuine value. If you can afford it, this is the brand to trust. The second safe recommendation is the Breville air fryer. Breville has earned a reputation for premium kitchen appliances. Their air fryers continue that tradition. Breville air fryers feature thick, durable non-stick coatings that resist peeling and flaking. Consumer reports indicate that Breville baskets maintain their integrity for years of regular use, not months. The heating elements in Breville units distribute temperature evenly across the cooking chamber. Independent testing has confirmed consistent results across multiple cooking cycles. You set the temperature. You set the timer. You get the food you expected. Breville's customer service operates call centers that answer promptly and resolve issues efficiently. If something goes wrong, you are not screaming into a void. You are speaking with a human being who can actually help. The warranty is honored without the runaround that plagues budget brands. If your unit fails within the coverage period, Breville replaces it. Period. For Canadian seniors who want an air fryer that delivers reliable performance, safe materials, and genuine support, Breville is the choice. Ever noticed how the same brands keep having recalls, yet their products remain on store shelves the very next week? Not all air fryers are created equal. Some promise health and deliver hazards instead. Now you know which brands to avoid, and which ones actually deserve a place in your kitchen. Subscribe now, and if you are watching on TV, tap your remote so you never get blindsided again.